Hello again, this is Dino Dad 32. I've enjoyed making these video tutorials about the greatest weapon in the world, the M16 AR-15 platform. Today we're going to go over the very basics of shooting the AR-15, including snapping into proper shooting position and a few rules to improve your marksmanship skills. As always, first we go over firearm safety. Proper shooting attire includes wearing safety glasses and ear protection when shooting. Most rangers require it. Be aware of your surroundings and where you point your muzzle. It's best to point the barrel down at the ground. Always treat your weapon as if it were loaded. Never point the muzzle at anyone. It's good to have a flag safety in your rifle to make sure the chamber is empty. Don't put your finger in the trigger housing until you're ready to shoot. Remember to lubricate your weapon before shooting. Don't ever try to be Rambo and goof around with your weapon. Leave that to the professional actors. A brief history of the M16 before we get started. In 1954, Eugene Stoddard, the father of the M16, developed the AR-10 while working for the Armed Right Corporation. The AR-15 was sold to Colt and first deployed to Vietnam in 1963, replacing the M14 as the standard U.S. rifle. Early problems with the rifle in combat led to the development of the M16A1, and also a short carbine version called the CAR-15, which looks similar to today's M4 rifle. For many years, the standard rifle used by the U.S. military was the M16A2, first adopted as early as 1982, which led to today's M16 and M4 rifle. The M16 is a gas-operated, magazine-fed, air-cooled, semi-automatic and burst round assault rifle, carrying a .223 or .556 NATO round. The maximum effective range of the M16A2 with a full 20-inch barrel is 550 meters on a point target and 700 meters on an area target. Today, the military's M16s are primarily manufactured in two locations: at the Colt factory in Hartford, Connecticut, and FN USA in Columbia, South Carolina. My personal weapon is just like the military's M4, except the civilian AR version does not have a 3-round burst. This is an extremely well-made weapon that can be deadly accurate, but only if you understand, train, and follow the fundamentals of good marksmanship. Also, it's important to properly maintain and clean your rifle. The AR-15 breaks down and cleans quickly, as shown on my previous two videos. Always clean your gun right after shooting. Don't let it sit around for weeks dirty. The key to good shooting is practice and focus. Practice dry firing your weapon. Always relax and take your time when shooting. Get comfortable with the weapon and all positions. When loading the magazine, take your standard ball cartridge and push down the round in the correct direction as shown on the follower. Make sure rounds are seated uniformly to the rear of the magazine. This can prevent misfeeds. You can achieve this with a slap or a bump to the back of the magazine. Slap the magazine firmly in the magazine well. Pull back the charging handle, release. Never push the charging handle forward. Make sure your weapon's selector switch is on safe until you're ready to fire. Then you can click it up. This is a USGI adjustable web sling, and it's not just for carrying the rifle on your back, but it can also be used to support and stabilize your shooting. Always use a quick sling or hasty sling with all shooting positions. To make the hasty sling, put your arm through the sling, high above the bicep. Then wrap the sling around your forearm and hold the bottom of the handguard with your palm. For even more stability, you can use a tight sling the way competitive shooters do. When holding the rifle, don't squeeze the pistol grip with your hand too tight. Your forward hand should always be relaxed. Rest the hand grip in the palm of your hand. You never need to squeeze too hard on the weapon. If you squeeze, your body will shake and tremble, and you'll get tired. If you are active before shooting, try to slow your heartbeat before you shoot. Always take your time when you shoot. Rushing a shot will make you miss your shot. Find the comfortable pocket of your shoulder for the stock and create a consistent cheek position. Never twist your head over the stock. Always keep your eyes level to the ground. When shooting for long periods of time, rest your eyes and take a break. You need to refocus your eyes on your hands. Now let's move on to the shooting positions. There are 5 recommended shooting positions: the prone, sitting, the kneeling, standing, and supported. First, we'll go over the prone position. This is the strongest shooting position and most accurate. Lay as flat as possible, chest on the ground. Legs spread apart wide, feet flat on the ground. The more contact with the ground, the better. Make holes or divots in the ground with your elbows if you can. Your body is straight behind your rifle, not crooked. I've seen some shooters bend one leg up while doing this position. This may be a new way to do it, but it's not the way I was taught. The correct sitting position is sitting crossed leg, right over left leg if right-handed. Both elbows on your knees. Leaning a little forward, no bone-on-bone contact. Muscle-on-bone contact always. In the kneeling position, you have one knee on the ground and you're sitting on your back foot. Lean a little forward, elbow on forward knee. Again, no bone-on-bone contact. You don't want your arm teetering or rolling on your knee. Muscle-on-bone contact always. The standing position is your least stable position and the worst for hitting your target. Again, lean slightly forward. Unlock your knees, legs comfortably apart. Point your front foot towards the target. Always make sure you have a tight, hasty sling. You can see there's very little movement here. Now there are several acceptable forward hand holding positions. Use whichever position you find comfortable. Fingers in carrying handle. Tuck your elbow tight into your body. Hand on front tactical post, if you have one. For extra support in this position, you can put your elbow on any magazine pouch you have. Always try to find some support to lean against when shooting. In the sitting supported position, contact as much solid surface as possible. Supported in the standing position, if there is a tree or wall, lean against it. Being supported against something is the best way to shoot. Remember, there is no variation in these positions. Do them just as you are trained for consistent shooting. If you're doing them differently, you're doing them wrong. One of the most important things in shooting is proper sight picture. Your eye can only focus on one item at a time. Always focus on the front sight post. Target is blurry in the background. That is the only way you're going to hit the target. This is the first step to my 4 steps for proper shooting. Number 1, sight picture. Number 2, breathing. Number 3, cheek position. Number 4, trigger control. Remember, proper sight picture is the key to hitting your target. You must focus on your front sight post. Your target is always blurry. I cannot stress this enough. Take several deep breaths before shooting, so your body isn't asking for air. If you hold your breath, your vision will blur. Remember, not all the way in, not all the way out. Middle breath, not holding your breath. Breathe in between each shot if you have time. Shoot, find your middle breath, then shoot again. Relax. Wait for the breathing pause. It's crucial to having consistent cheek position. Your cheek must be in the same placement every time you shoot. Place your cheek down on the stock firmly. Make what's called a cheek weld. Consistent placement in your shoulder also. It's important to pull your head and neck as forward as possible onto the stock. I know I'm in the same position every time when my nostril hits the charging handle. With the second pad of your finger, apply a slow, steady squeeze to the trigger. Never jerk or yank the trigger, or your shot will be off target. Apply smooth, continuous pressure, so slowly that it's a surprise when the hammer hits. Never anticipate the shot and flinch before the shot. If you follow the proper steps in shooting and your rounds are still consistently off, it's easy to change the dope with the A2 adjustable sights. Here is the windage knob, and here is your elevation adjustment knob. Always shoot through the small peep sight aperture, not the big aperture used for night shooting. It's a smart idea to keep track of your shooting patterns in a logbook and adjust your dope as needed. Aim at target center and carefully fire a 3-shot group. Adjust sight to move group to center or as close as possible to bullseye. Repeat until zeroed. It may take several adjustments to get your dope correct and zero in your rifle. Move your sights as needed. Notice the direction is marked on the rear sight. If you are shooting high, try 1 click down at a time. Then reshoot another 3 rounds and look for the changing pattern. Consistency in shooting is the key to good shooting. See yourself shooting well, hitting the bullseye every time. Clear your mind. Visualizing yourself doing well can help you be a better marksman. Listen to your body. Be relaxed and comfortable. A sniper can listen to his body so well, he can shoot in between his heartbeats. All weapons do jam and misfire from time to time. If you have to clear a hung round quickly in competition or in combat to save your life, these are the 6 steps you have to take to clear your rifle. The acronym is called SPORTS. SPORTS stands for S, slap the magazine, P, pull the charging handle, O, observe and clear the blockage, R, release the charging handle, T, tap the forward assist, and S, shoot the rifle. There is an old rifleman saying that starts out, "This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine. My rifle is my best friend. It is my life. I must master it as I must master my life. My rifle without me is useless. Without my rifle, I am useless. I must fire my rifle true. I must shoot straighter than my enemy, who is trying to kill me. I must shoot him before he shoots me. I will!" Thank you for watching, and I hope you've learned something today. Safe shooting, and as always, keep the politicians' hands off your guns. Protect your Second Amendment right. It's your right to own a weapon and protect yourself. Please don't let that right be taken away from us.